NASA have a reputation for bringing their live feed from the International Space Station to an abrupt end whenever a UFO makes an appearance on camera. In this video, we will take a look at some of the creepiest UFO sightings caught by the International Space Station. Number 5. Tangible crafts. I call these tangible crafts as they look like they are made out of a metallic or tangible type of material. Now, as they are UFOs, they could be anything from space debris to satellites or even secret technology we don't know about. They have been captured by the International Space Stations a few times in the past, the most recent being October of 2016 and March of 2017. An infamous metallic looking craft which has been captured by NASA in the past is known as the Black Knight satellite. This picture of it was captured in 1998 during NASA's mission STS-88, which was the first space shuttle mission to the International Space Station. NASA stated that it was most likely space debris. A journalist claimed it could have been a thermal blanket lost during the mission. Number 4. UFO Outside Window. This sighting occurred on the 18th of March 2017. An astronaut, while doing an interview, removes one of the window panels she is next to. Behind her, several UFOs can be seen passing by, off in the distance. Number 3. Cigars. These are also known as cylindrical ships. They have been captured in the sky from Earth and also during NASA space explorations. The crafts look as if they flash multiple color lights. It could also be the light hitting the object. They have also been referred to as motherships, as smaller crafts have been seen leaving and entering the cigars. These crafts have made appearances on the International Space Station's live feed numerous times. After the footage from the Voyager 1 and 2 space expeditions to Saturn returned, a former NASA engineer by the name of Dr. Norman Berggren reviewed the footage and saw cylindrical UFOs in large amounts near Saturn. On closer inspection of the footage, he found something was exiting the ships and entering the rings of Saturn. He calls the UFOs electromagnetic vehicles. He said, "What I found out is, these inhabit Saturn, that's where I first discovered them, and they're proliferating. You can find them around Uranus and Jupiter." He claimed the US Space Agency has proof that alien UFOs have been orbiting Saturn for years, but the shocking fact is that it is being withheld from the public. He said that alien UFO spaceships have started proliferating at a shocking rate on the planet's many rings. He claimed these were made up of spacecrafts and their exhaust fumes. Dr. Berggren claims the spaceships include living entities which are using the rings as a source of energy and are multiplying and spreading to other planets. Number 2. Triangles. These UFOs have been captured on camera several times in the past and are probably the second most popular UFO sighting description underneath the Hollywood glamorized flying saucer. They are known as black triangles, being dubbed this by the media after countless sightings in the 20th and 21st century. The most recent case of them appearing on the International Space Station's feed was February 15, 2017. There have been some infamous cases of black triangle sightings, including the Phoenix Lights incident and the Belgian UFO wave. The Phoenix Lights incident occurred on March 13, 1997. A mass UFO sighting occurred as strange formations could be seen in the sky of Phoenix, Arizona. The object could also be seen by residents of Sonora, Mexico. People described the giant shape in the sky which looked like the letter V. Eyewitnesses claimed two distinct events were involved in the incident. Firstly, a triangular formation of lights were seen passing over the state. Secondly, a series of stationary lights seen in the Phoenix area. The United States Air Force later identified the second group of lights as flares dropped by an aircraft. Eyewitnesses claimed the Air Force used these flares after tailing the UFO. The Belgian UFO wave occurred from November 1989 to April 1990. On November 29, 1989, a flat triangular craft was seen over the skies of Belgium, being documented by 30 different groups of people and 3 different groups of policemen. The craft was described as a giant triangular shape with lights underneath it which made no sound as it travelled across a landscape of Belgium. The craft was also seen by people in the Netherlands and Germany. The Belgian UFO wave peaked on the night of March 30th, 1990, going into the early hours of March 31st. On that night, unknown objects were tracked on radar, chased by 2 Belgian Air Force F-16s, photographed, and were sighted by an estimated 13,500 people on the ground. 2,600 of them filed written statements describing in detail what they had seen. Following the incident, the Belgian Air Force released a report detailing the events of that night. At around 11 PM on the 30th of March 1990, 3 unusual lights were seen in the sky moving towards the southeast of Brussels. They appeared to be fixed at the verticals of an equilateral triangle. Approximately 10 minutes later, a second set of lights were sighted moving towards the first triangle. At around about 11:30 PM, the objects were visible on radar. A third set of lights were seen moving towards the second. The UFOs were described as making erratic and jerky movements. 2 military jets were sent to intercept the UFOs. Over the next hour, the 2 scrambled F-16s attempted 9 separate interceptions of the UFOs. On 3 occasions, they managed to obtain a radar lock for a few seconds, but each time, the UFO changed position and speed so rapidly it caused the lock to break. This continued until 1:30 AM when the UFOs disappeared, leaving in 4 different directions. On March 17, 1978, a man by the name of Bill Herman claimed he was abducted by a triangular formation in the sky of Charleston, South Carolina. After forgetting most of the event due to trauma, he underwent regressive treatment of hypnosis to help combat mental effects such as nightmares of the abduction. The hypnosis sessions were recorded. Here are some creepy clips taken from the tape which has been edited for time's sake.
I can't move my arms. I want to sit up, but I can't.
Is anything attached to you?
There's a box.
Where is the flat metal box?
It's on my chest. Relax. Relax. Oh, God. Okay. Relax. How are you? The bulb. Wait a minute. You know, Bob, that's just the way they look. It's like a fetus.
Like what?
Fetus.
A fetus?
Yeah. A grown fetus. It can't even be 4 feet tall.
How tall?
4.5 feet. They can't even be that tall. My goodness, this small. Look at me. Like marshmallow. The hall. It winds in a circle. Console. Control. All the network craft are controlled. So they manipulate gravity. No, they manipulate the equilibrium in the gravity. And hydrodynamics and reverse osmosis. That they're sorry for the stress that's going to result from our release. But those sympathetic to my experience will help, although the majority will reject it. Oh, God. Oh, no.
Calm down. Calm. When I put my hand on you, when I put my hand on you, you'll calm down. You're looking at a television set. You're looking at a television set. You're watching this on a television set. You are watching this story on a television set. Look at the television set.
Running.
Look at the television set. Describe what's happening on the television set.
The object is leaving. It's going up. How did that thing move? It's going in triangles.
He later went on to explain the triangles and the aliens' motives.
Yeah, I'm glad I got over that. The reason that they fly in these triangles or they perform these erratic movements is because radar can lock on them. Interferes with their propulsion somehow. I don't know the mechanics of it. They consist of a network of these objects that are operating around the world and presently in the continental western hemisphere is the way they worded it. And they're from a cluster of stars 32 light years away area in what we call reticuli. Stellar astronomy and life and study of life are all across galaxies. And that they're a network sent here to initiate what they call direct observances. And they conduct inter-atmospheric flight and direct observance of people.
Number 1. Astronaut Cover Up. This sighting occurred on the 14th of January 2017. While working on the International Space Station, an astronaut films their actions. We see several UFOs pass by in the background. The astronaut then blocks a view of the camera. Once the astronaut removes their hand from blocking the view, more UFOs pass by. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, so until next time, I'll see you then. Peace out.